kind of the culminating event of the weekend. We're at the VORE track, the Vegas Off-Road Racing Experience. And we're putting any veteran that shows up, we gave free rides. The off-road community came together and made a lot of stuff happen for us. It was a great event. There's like 15 vehicles, just off-roaders that came out to support, our wounded veterans and help raise money for Race for the Wounded to get more people involved in the sport. The VORE track, SNORE, and Samstown really came together to help us out. Samstown gave us the rooms, VORE gave us the track, and SNORE set everything up. They have waived our entry fees for the entire season, so that gives us more money to bring more veterans out and put them in hotels, their flights, everything else.
The fact that this brings us outside, it brings us around like-minded people, and there's fun, there's joy, there's the food, the traveling, and you get to meet all these amazing people that have been in the racing community for generations, families of people that are just awesome.
Whether we're out in the truck racing or we're at an event like bowling or some form of fundraiser, just taking the guys out and keeping them entertained, keeping their mind constantly moving in a positive manner. I mean, we lose so many veterans due to just everything decompressing around them. I started out where I was a spectator for this sport, and we go down to San Felipe and watch the races and stuff, and it's awesome pointing at the trucks and knowing a little bit about them, but now I'm hands-on, tearing them down to the ground, race prepping and everything, just to make sure the truck's 100%, so when we're putting another guy in there, they don't ever have to worry about, am I gonna get my ride, That's important.
Dan is a great kid. I linked up with him a few months ago, told him this was going on. If he wanted to come, we'd love to have him. Dan unfortunately lost both of his legs above the knee. And this is the first double leg amputee that we've put into the Tony Scott Trophy truck who doesn't have prosthetics. So today was a big testing and training thing because he's gonna be in the race, SNORE 250 in Kingman, Arizona on the 24th. And he's gonna be co-piloting the trophy truck for the whole race.
I've dealt with a lot of different organizations that are catered to helping out wounded warriors, and a lot of them have good intentions and a lot of them do help, but I mean, you're coming from such a high stress environment. Even when you're not pulling the trigger and dropping the hammer on somebody, you're getting ready for war. All of a sudden when you get out and there's nothing to do anymore, that's where guys have problems, that's where guys fail. And this kind of stuff, this sport and this whole environment is exactly what guys like me and other warfighters need.
Being in a forward area and some of the circumstances that he and that the rest of us have gone through, there is kind of that 99% sheer boredom and 1% sheer terror. And when you spend a lot of time living and training for those realities, and it is tough to reintegrate to the normalness of life back here. And so yeah, something like this that becomes an intense thing that kind of pits you against yourself and allows you to pour yourself into things that are of some risk. Yeah, it's a great substitute and I think great therapy in a lot of ways.
I think the biggest thing is the camaraderie in the off-road community. I mean, SNORE and VORE and Samstown all just stepped up to make this happen. And without stuff like that, Race for the Wounded can't get these guys out. And the off-road community sees how it helps these guys because they're with us at every race. More and more jumping on board to help support us. Come to a race, meet them, and understand how it helps them. If you want to get involved, go to raceforthewounded.com and share this video.